legend even greater. Now, I'm going to say his performance in the parade built his legend even greater for me, but this isn't a surprise. Just because almost every player towards the end of the season is dealing with some sort of injury and playing through an injury, like Patrick Mahomes playing with the turf toe and then getting his surgery 2-3 days after the Super Bowl. But I am curious to see how long he has been playing with this injury and if it is more serious. If anyone can play through it and has the mental and physical ability to do it, it's Tom Brady. I mean, just remember, he just won his 7th Super Bowl. That's more than any NFL franchise, and he did it in his first year with the Bucs and at the age of 43. So am I shocked? No, but I am curious to hear, how long he's been playing with this, Nick.
Well, the surprising part is Brady has been a guy, aside from week 1, 2008, when Bernard Pollard hit him low, he's never missed any time due to injury. And he's not a guy that is banged up a lot. Nicks and bruises like all NFL guys, but he's not banged up a lot. I will say this. It is not surprising that the report that says it's actually worse than you think and it's going to add to his legend. You said it came from Boston, right?
Yeah.
The Boston Globe? Oh, okay. So maybe a Brady-friendly story. I'm just saying, I wonder where they got that info. But that makes sense. And you're right. He looked fine on the boat.
Yeah.
With the trophy toss.
He had a knee brace on.
Re-aggravate it when he was stumbling off the boat after drunkenly. But aside from that, he looked really, really good out.
But how relatable was Tom? That was the most relatable we've ever seen Tom Brady. Him actually kind of open up and not be that button-up Tom that we've seen throughout his whole career. It was pretty cool.
That's right. No. It was a great look for him at the parade. Aside from the fact he can't handle his liquor. Aside from that. What else we got?
Who doesn't drink? All right. Well, Baker Mayfield took a big step up in his 3rd NFL season, leading the Browns to their first playoff victory in 26 years. He is eligible for a contract extension, and he reportedly could get a huge payday. One NFL writer predicts that Cleveland will make Baker one of the highest paid players in the league this offseason. Now, I will say Baker did an incredible job this year, and you have to consider the fact that in 3 years, he has had 4 different head coaches, and especially this year, getting the Browns to their first playoff appearance in 18 years and beating the Steelers back-to-back to get their first playoff victory in 26 years. And they did that without their head coach and not being able to practice the whole week leading up due to COVID. So Baker is always, I think, trying to prove the haters wrong, and I've been a Baker fan from the start. I've wanted to see him succeed, and he kind of finally got that recognition this year. Should he be the highest paid quarterback, highest player in the league? Probably not, but if he can get it, go get your money. Go get it.
Well, listen, I'd be happy for Baker. And you and I are similar. We both have been Baker fans. Colin, obviously, is a very prominent Baker skeptic and has
goes
been.
On and off.
Here is the thing, and we're going to talk more about this later. There's 3 quarterbacks from Baker's draft class that are going to be up for massive extensions. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Baker Mayfield. I think all of those, and I love Baker. I think all those teams should try to learn the lesson from the Rams and the Eagles when they paid Goff and Wentz before they had to and instantly regretted it. I'm not saying that is how the Ravens, Browns, or Bills would feel, but there is no rule that says you have to pay a quarterback after 3 years. That is just something teams have started doing. So we can spend more time on this. I'd be more comfortable. I know people are going to get mad. I'd be more comfortable paying Baker than Josh Allen. But I don't know that I'd be in a rush to pay either. So we can discuss this more later. If he gets his money, I'll be happy for him because I like the guy personally.
Same.
But I might pump the brakes on paying any of those guys just yet, Alex.
Okay, interesting. Well, moving on to the NBA, MVP talk is heating up as we approach the halfway point of the season, which is crazy to think about. As usual, LeBron is right in the middle of that conversation, and his teammate Anthony Davis believes LeBron is the front runner for the award right now. Take a listen.
He's playing unbelievable basketball. I mean, it's not something, what I'm saying is not what you guys haven't heard already about LeBron and what he does on the floor. From start of season, to now, he's shown that it's an MVP race. And I think he's number 1 in that race. You never know all the politics and stuff, but he should win.
I am 100% with AD on this one. LeBron is having an MVP season. I believe he got slighted last season when he only got 16 first-place votes. I don't know if everyone's just used to the fact of how great LeBron is, that they just can't recognize that he's not only the best player in the league, but the best player in the world. You even heard last year's MVP, Giannis, say that LeBron is the best player in the world. So how does that not translate to him getting the MVP? And then on top of it, they were the champions last year, so he got the least amount of rest time. He's coming out completely on fire and dominating once again. He has a chip on his shoulder, and we heard him say that in his championship speech where he says, I want my respect too. So can we just give LeBron the respect that he deserves? Come on.
And 5 MVPs would tie Jordan. Only Kareem has more. Jordan and Bill Russell are the 2 guys with 5. LeBron's got 4. Kareem's got 6. There is one person who deserves to be in the MVP discussion with LeBron. That's Joel Embiid.
Yep.
Now, I think LeBron right now is the MVP, but Embiid at least has an argument. This Steph Curry stuff, and I'm going to talk to Kevin O'Connor about it in just a moment, is absolute madness. And so we'll talk about the MVP, what it would mean for LeBron, and who other contenders are in a bit. There is Alex Curry with the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
The Herd Lie News.
Kevin O'Connor joins us now, brought to you by Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing. I would imagine Kevin O'Connor, now that he is not only one of the world's best NBA writers, but has his own little podcast, has his own podcast feed, does these YouTube videos. I think he's a big stock trader. I assume he's bought a Mercedes-Benz or 2. Kevin O'Connor, how are you this afternoon? Good to talk to you, my friend.
I'm doing great. Maybe someday I'll get that Tesla.
All right, so KOC. Let's just start here. I love Steph. I'm working on a list, the 50 best NBA players of the last 50 years. I have Steph slotted at 13th. No one can take away his previous MVPs. But why on earth is he in the discussion for this year's MVP when his team's in 8th place?
You know what, Nick? I mean, like with Steph, earlier this week I had a tweet, Steph Curry belongs in the MVP discussion. He's putting up numbers that are nearly equivalent to his unanimous MVP season in 15-16. That doesn't mean he should win it. I'd have LeBron ahead of Steph right now. I'd have Joel Embiid. I'd have Nikola Jokic, for that matter, ahead of Steph Curry. But I do think the season that Steph is having, he's the reason why they're in 8th place right now, Nick. They would be in the dumpster right now in the Western Conference, in the entire league, without him on the court. It's amazing to see the way he has lifted up his teammates. When you got guys like Juan Toscano-Anderson that are playing really well on that roster, Andrew Wiggins and Kelly Oubre getting integrated there, that's because of Steph and the attention he draws in the offensive end. And even despite not having KD, not having Clay, Draymond not even being the same as he was before, he is still having a nearly equivalent season, number-wise, production-wise, as he did when he was the unanimous MVP. It's remarkable to see, but I don't think he should win it now.
But hold on, I want to stay here for a moment. He won unanimous MVP because they went 73-9. Yeah. Like, that's why he was the unanimous MVP. And so his numbers are off the charts. There's no doubt about it. But there is and I understand the Warriors without Clay are not a really good roster, and Weissman's been out with the wrist injury. But they're right around in the same neighborhood right now as the Spurs and Kings. And I don't know if they're